Good morning. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Leisha.
And we are
Carb Counters.
That's right. The reason we count carbs is because they really make a difference in our lives and how we feel.
Yes, absolutely.
We'd like to invite you to coffee with us this morning. Everybody always wants to know, what do you put in your coffee? So we're talking coffee this morning. We're going to show you some of the things we've heard about we've not tried yet and some of the things we really, really like.
I don't know if y'all can read our cups, but they are so cute. I found them at the Dollar General store.
It says, I love you more than bacon. And that's saying a lot. We are on keto.
That's right.
So, Alicia's going to start off over here with her little cup of coffee and show you how she makes hers to start with. We've got some real butter over here, and she's going to start with real butter in her coffee.
I've warmed my spoon up because it cuts the butter easier.
It does.
And I just cut off a little slab of butter, about that much.
About a tablespoon, or between a half and 3/4 of a tablespoon.
And put that in there, and then I take the salt.
Is that one open?
It is open.
Okay.
And I just pour some in the palm of my hand. And she has really fine salt, but you can see I just pour some in the palm of my hand.
I love the really fine salt. It mixes so much better. And I like it when I'm baking because you don't end up with salt grit in some of the things you're cooking.
And I put it in my cup. And at work and at Mom's, we have a coffee frother.
Yes.
Which is one of those little fancy whips on a stick, battery operated. You push the button and it goes bzzz, and it frosts it up really big.
I just haven't gotten one yet. That's on my to-do list.
And I don't have one at home because I took it to work.
Moms.
I took one to Mom's and I took one to work. But then I just stir it up. And that's all I do to my coffee. And a lot of times I don't even put the butter in it. I put the butter in my first cup, maybe the first 2 cups. And then the rest of the day, I'm just salty.
Right.
I just like being salty.
So we're going to give y'all some coffee options here. We know a lot of people that like the heavy whipping cream in their coffee. But the thing about the heavy whipping cream is it has more carbs in it than you think it does. So you really have to be conscious of how much whipping cream you're putting in your coffee. You can't put a 1/4 cup of whipping cream in your coffee because that will definitely submarine you.
Dairy can be really dangerous. That is usually one of the first things when somebody hits a stall that I tell people, and it makes such a big difference. It's just cut back on your dairy.
That's right. Dairy is not the friend we've been taught that it is. One of the other things we use is our MCT oil. So we like this, and there's a lot of mornings I use MCT oil instead of the butter. The MCT oil stands for multi-chain triglycerides, for those of you that have not heard of it before, or it's called fractionated coconut oil. And what all it means is that the little chains that make up the MCT oil are shorter than the ones in the coconut oil, so your body can break them down quicker and absorb them faster. So if you need a boost of energy in the morning that's going to last you a couple hours, the MCT oil a lot of times is a better choice than the heavy whipping cream or the butter.
However, MCT oil is not well tolerated by some people. So if you've never tried it, don't take it to work and put it in your first cup of coffee at work.
Or don't use 3 tablespoons anyway. Add some butter and add a little MCT oil and then start shifting your ratios on it. You can usually build up to the point that you are getting enough to really make a difference, but you usually have to step into it and do it gradually. You can't just 1/4 cup of MCT oil or you're not going to have a good day. And
it also does help with memory issues if you have someone with Alzheimer's, early stage Alzheimer's. It can be a huge difference maker.
Yes.
I've heard so many stories and seen so many
makes such a difference.
People that it really makes a difference in.
Yeah, and I am very ADD. My family can attest to that. And when I do the MCT oil, I can tell when I quit doing it because it really makes me have a lot more stalls and pauses, and I jump the rails a whole lot more easily as far as what I'm thinking. So people can tell my family when I'm not drinking my MCT oil, it makes a difference. One of the things we keep hearing about that we haven't tried yet, but I'm probably going to this week because I'm really interested in how it works. And after we try it, I'll post it in the comments down here. As they say, add a raw egg. And I was like, a raw egg in your coffee? But everybody says this really ups the protein in your coffee. It has all the good stuff in it that are in your eggs, and it makes your coffee really, really creamy without having to add dairy to it.
And your coffee is hot, so it's going to, even if you have cage-free, range-free eggs, it will sort of pasteurize and get it to the temperature that it needs to be.
Yes, definitely helps. Then we're going to talk now about some of the sweet options you have. And I've got, this is a non-dairy butter. This is what I use. It's called, let me look and see, Earth Balance. It's available at Kroger and Walmart. And I like it in the sticks. And it's not the super most cleanest plant butter ever, but when you are non-dairy, you don't always have the best options, so you work with what you got. And that's why I use some of these instead.
If you're not non-dairy, you really don't understand, unless you know someone that is, what it can do to you and how sick it can make you.
Yes, definitely. So one of the things that a lot of people that are use non-dairy is instead of heavy whipping cream, they'll use coconut milk or coconut cream. The coconut cream is really good because it has that real thick texture to it. It makes your coffee really creamy tasting.
It is good.
And then these are a couple of creamers I found on Thrive Life, but you can get online and look and you can find them a couple other places. This is from a company called
Califia Farms.
Farms. Califia. This is a big one. This one's a little one. And they're shelf stable until you open them. This one is just the plain almond milk creamer. It's almond milk and coconut milk. This one is the hazelnut creamer. So this is...
I thought that had caramel in it.
Is it got...
No, not this one, the big one.
Oh, it might have look.
It does.
Yay!
Pecan caramel.
Pecan caramel. And they have this in different flavors. I had a plain one, so I just assumed this one was plain too, but no, it's better than plain. So when I use this, I put probably about 2 tablespoons in here. And then because I am very much love my sweeteners, and if you follow me a whole lot, you know I do a lot of keto baking because I like sweet stuff. I like my sweeteners.
And we like for her too.
Then this is the Whole Earth travel sweeteners that I told you about. Wow, I thought that went in my cup quicker than I wanted it to. But this is the whole Earth sweeteners. You can carry in your purse. They're really handy. You just open them up and stir them in. And this is a combination of stevia and monk fruit. So you don't get the bitter aftertaste you get with a lot of stevia products with it having the monk fruit mixed up with it. And I'm not let Alicia try this first, and I'll drink after her. I'm not afraid of drinking after her.
Ooh. I haven't tried those before. That's good.
That's it. So if you
Really
want
good.
something really rich and decadent tasting, this is a good thing to look for. This one it says no carbs, but it's actually, you know they can have up to 9.9 carbs and still call it no carbs.
So don't completely trust them.
Yeah, and this one has just a little bit more, but these are really good options for a change. You don't want to drink this 4 times a day. And watch the amount you're putting into this, even though it says 0 for the simple reason I don't think it's really 0. And you don't want to put a 1/4 cup in there and end up getting 8 carbs because you didn't realize there was that many in there because it didn't say 0.9 carbs.
Yeah, because a serving truly is 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons. So we were going to just share with you really quick some of the options that we've learned that we like.
And you can always use your little monk fruit sweeteners, your liquid sweeteners. This one is actually a caramel syrup sweetener.
And this one's available at Kroger. It's not a monk fruit, it's a stevia one.
It's a stevia one. But you can use that as an option. And then, of course, we have the regular monk fruit that we use for everything. So when we're talking products, you're probably going to see this almost every time we're talking sweeteners. And, you know, some people I see questions all the time on Facebook. How many cups of coffee do you drink a day? And people will say, oh, I drink 2, or I just drink 1, or I drink 4, or, well, I drink 1 all day long.
That's it.
Because it is bottomless.
That's right.
So I really am. I drink way too much coffee, I am sure, but it has yet to keep me awake or bother my sleep pattern.
Yep.
So I just enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy it too. So I usually try to stick to 2 or 3 a day because I do get kind of wired. But since I am a little bit hyper, coffee is a way to self-medicate, and it's way better than alcohol. So
for some reason with ADD, caffeine tends to bring you down a notch.
I used to live on Dr. Peppers, and I didn't realize I lived on Dr. Peppers because I was, first of all, addicted to sugar, and second of all, was self-medicating with the caffeine.
The things we learn.
The things we learn as we get older. So hopefully y'all are younger than us, and we are helping to shorten your learning curve a little bit.
We're trying. Really are trying, because it would have made our lives so much easier years ago. Had we learned some of these things. But this is going to be a short video because we're going to enjoy our coffee. And we wanted to help you have some ideas how you can enjoy coffee.
That's for sure.
Y'all have a great day. We love you.
So this is Carb Counters. Y'all have a good day.